What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's going on with the overall market, what you should be watching for as time progresses. I'm also going to talk about some very important levels on Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers, what's happening to the market thus far, and what data just dropped. But before I bring anything down, all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. Firstly, I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire community as a whole. Anyways, let's break down what's going on with the market and how things are looking. So when it comes to the way the market's moving, I just want to call out that thus far, we have a very, very interesting looking trend right over here on SPY. We have this potential breakout that has developed after some data came out, but this didn't really come out directly after the data was released. The data initially led to a sell-off, and then later on, that's when we just saw this breakout very close to Bowman's speech. I don't think it was data that caused this. It had more to do with just technicals, market makers trying to trap shorts, and other factors like that. So I'm going to be talking more about this in just a few minutes. Let's first go over some more data. So the house price index was as expected. All the data was very close to expectations. And as a result, the market was holding up. The market initially fell when all the data came out. And then we started to see a nice breakout, especially when Bowman was about to start a speech. For tomorrow, we have GDP numbers coming out before market open. If you want to hold through this, it's your choice. If not, it's also up to you. For Thursday, we have PCE data coming out. And then for Friday, we have Jerome Powell giving another speech. Now, when it comes to some news that came out, Nvda has announced some new products, and so has Amazon announcing a new AI chip, which is once again deepening its competition with Nvidia. There's also some news with Nvidia doing something similar with new GPU like products. So good news for them, but the question is, how is the market going to move? I just want to briefly go over these charts. So when it comes to SPY, we're going to go right over here. One of the things I warned you guys about was we were in this channel and we had to wait and see which way it would break. So I was telling you we were going to do this back and forth and back and forth. And I told you that we're going to continue to do this unless we get some kind of break in one direction or the other. And what happened was, to determine the move, if we had broken like below this trend line right here, then we would turn bearish. We would see this thing start sinking in a fake out, and then we would see a big break to the downside. But if we end up seeing this thing rebound, right? If you want to be bullish, you wanted to see this thing basically break this resistance right here. That's what happened right here. You know, if we got some kind of back test or not, and then break out and start pushing for the next resistance. If we had broken this upper trend line, we'd be bullish. If we broke below here, we'd turn more bearish. And with this flag forming, I told you to just watch and see which way we go. And we got this break to the upside. We broke this resistance, and this was your trigger for a big move to the upside. And we saw this powerful breakout after getting this bounce from support. We never truly broke this bottom trend line right here, the white trend line down here. When did we break this, guys? I did not see that break. So there is no reason to turn like extremely bearish. Initially, we didn't break this white trend line, so I couldn't turn in like super bullish either. I told you to just wait and see. And what happened was we eventually got the break today. It happened less than an hour ago. And then the market started to push. And now this is helping other stocks continue. So we got the bullish breakout. Where is SPY going next? Well, right now, we're trading a little sideways around this 456 area. If we keep going, watch 456.41. We currently look bullish, so there's a good chance it's going to come up there. If we break that, there's 457, which has some minor resistance. The tighter resistance is going to be around 457.5 or above that. So make sure you watch that resistance very, very nicely. Now, on top of this, I just want to call out that on the 4-hour time frame, we look bullish technically. Right over here, you could see that we have a bullish looking candlestick on the 4-hour, which could lead to more upside if we try to continue pushing. Thus far, the bulls are winning. And, you know, we started to see the market makers fake out a lot of people. They wanted everyone to turn bearish, thinking SPY was going to tank, only to squeeze shorts again. So they're up to the same games, and this may continue for another couple of days. But right now, okay, guys, sometimes the market could flip when you least expect it. The market is switched to bullish and there's more upside potential. And I think it could still push higher. I just think that we have some tight resistance at 456. We may fight this for some time, but there's still potential to go higher. Do I think this is going to last forever? The answer is no. I think heading into December, we could see the market flip. But as of right now, okay, the market switched directions and we're just going to have to accept it as is. We could go a little higher. Could there be a pullback later? Yes, but right now there's no sign of it. Right now the market's trying to push. Looking at Tesla, I told you, okay, this thing is going to be testing 238. I think it's going to break this. I told you to watch this imbalance, and our target was 242. That's almost exactly where Tesla went to today. And if it breaks higher, the next level is going to be close to 244 to 245. If that breaks, we could get very close to 247 and 250. But for now, we got this very, very nice tightening of the chart. We ended up breaking 238. We saw resistance at 242. And if that breaks, we're going to be watching for 244 and 245. So watch those levels carefully. For support, you're going to be watching 240. As of right now, Tesla's looking bullish, could break out even more. When you zoom out on Tesla, we have a nice inverse head and shoulders like structure that is still playing out. Not bad for Tesla whatsoever. The chart's looking bullish, forming a cup and handle, and there's, in my opinion, more upside potential approaching the Cybertruck event. So watch 242 as resistance. If we break that zone, we could get very close to 244. Make sure you watch it carefully and we'll see how it goes. On the QQQ chart, I just wanted to call out that right now, we had this head and shoulders like pattern. This was looking a little weak, but we failed to break and hold below 388. So this was kind of like a trap, a fake out, and this thing is trying to push back up higher. So we're still kind of in this like very tight area at 390. If it breaks 391, it could turn even more bullish. As of right now, we're kind of trading sideways in the 390 area. So we'll be watching that very carefully. Watch the next support at 389.25. Then we have 389 below that, and then 388. Watch support carefully and just know that we're kind of shopping up here. But as of right now, the QQQ has some potential if Nvidia and these other stocks help it push higher. So watch it very carefully. It might just be stuck in the 390s for now. Nvidia started kind of weak, and we were talking about this thing getting some kind of like pullback. This inverse head and shoulders could be forming. So we had like a left shoulder here, the head, and we managed to hold above where this bottoming area was. So Nvidia has a potential inverse head and shoulders. Could push a little higher. We could see it try to get back up to 483. As of right now, it's kind of shopping at this like 480 area. If we break to the upside, there could be an attempt to get back to at least 483 to 485. So with this inverse head and shoulders like structure, we could see Nvidia try to base here and try to push a little higher. And there could be a little bit more upside again, but we're going to be watching to see if this ends up panning out. Make sure you watch your levels carefully and just see if this thing could try to break to the upside. As of right now, just be very patient and we'll see how it goes. Nvidia does have some potential though for upside. So just be patient and we'll see if this thing gets some kind of breakout. All right. We're shopping around the 480s for now, kind of range trading, but there is some upside potential thanks to this imbalance towards like the mid 480s. And we also have an inverse head and shoulders like structure, which gives it even more potential. On top of all of this, and last but not least, we have Aapl stock. Aapl has another inverse head and shoulders. I was talking about this as a possibility, but I told you to watch and see which way Aapl goes. I said if you want to be very bullish on Aapl, well, first off, we're kind of shopping around 190, but to be bullish, I said watch 191. That's going to be our resistance. If you break that, it can break out more. If you're bearish, you want to see it lose 189. It never broke below that. It was still shopping as the day went on and started pushing up. Now we're watching it basically trading between 190.5 to 191. If it breaks 191, we could push a little bit higher. And as right now, we have an inverse head and shoulders, so it is looking a bit more bullish. We could see Aapl push a little bit higher, at least for the time being. And once again, technicals could flip very quickly. So with the market looking this way, I think that there is still upside potential. I don't think the market's dead yet. We're going to be watching our resistance levels. We're just going to be very patient in a market like this. And we will see what happens with all the data coming out for tomorrow. So as a warning, I just want to warn you all, we have some GDP numbers coming out tomorrow. This could cause the market to gap up even higher or even gap down. We're going to be looking at what the GDP numbers look like. So watch the forecast. We're expecting some decently strong numbers, with the forecast being 4.9% to 5%. That's for the GDP growth rate, right? That's different. And we'll see what that looks like. So these numbers could affect the markets. So if you want to hold overnight through the GDP numbers, which are coming out an hour before market open tomorrow, that's going to be your choice. If you don't want to hold through them, then there's nothing wrong with securing some profits. As of right now, the market's favoring the bulls, so make sure you watch your levels. As of right now, we could push higher. That does not change my view that there could be a pullback coming in the future. I still think it could come, but we're not ready yet. We're not ready to see the pullback yet. Tesla is still pumping. SPY is still holding decently. QQQ is holding decently. So is Aapl. we're not ready yet for the pullback. It may take a little bit longer than expected. All right, guys. So it is what it is. Just watch the market, do what you have to do. I'll see you guys very soon. Remain calm, cool, and collected, and peace out.